you ever seen a fish underwater? It's a mesmerizing sight, isn't it? The way they glide through the water with such grace and ease is truly captivating. But there's so much more to these fascinating creatures than meets the eye.
They swim and play just like us. Fish are incredibly social animals, often seen interacting with each other in their vibrant underwater communities. They chase each other, play hide and seek among the corals, and sometimes even form schools that move in perfect harmony. But did you know that fish need to breathe underwater too? Just like us, they need oxygen to survive. However, the way they get their oxygen is quite different from how we do it. Breathing is how we get the air we need to stay alive. We take a deep breath, filling our lungs with air, which contains the oxygen our bodies need. This process is so natural to us that we often take it for granted. We use our lungs to breathe. Our lungs are like powerful air filters, taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. This exchange of gases is essential for our survival. Fish can't breathe air like us. They live in a completely different environment where the air we breathe is not accessible to them. So, how do they manage to get the oxygen they need? Instead, fish have something special called gills. Gills are their version of lungs, but they work in a very different way. Gills are designed to extract oxygen from the water, allowing fish to breathe underwater. Gills help them breathe underwater. These amazing organs are made up of thin filaments that provide a large surface area for gas exchange. As water flows over the gills, oxygen is absorbed into the fish's bloodstream, and carbon dioxide is expelled. Let's learn more about these amazing underwater breathers. Join us as we dive deeper into the world of fish and discover the incredible adaptations that allow them to thrive in their aquatic habitats.
If you look closely at a fish, you might see some feathery flaps on the sides of their heads. Those are their gills. Gills are like special organs that help fish breathe underwater. They are hidden behind a protective flap called the operculum. Gills are very important for fish.
They are how fish get the oxygen they need to live. Let's see how these gills work their magic.
Water might seem empty, but it actually has tiny bubbles of air in it, including oxygen. When a fish breathes, it gulps water through its mouth. The water flows over the gills. The gills take the oxygen from the water. Then the used water flows out from under the gill covers. This way, fish can breathe underwater using their amazing gills. Fish use gills to breathe underwater. These gills are specialized organs that extract oxygen from water. As water flows over the gill membranes, oxygen is absorbed into the bloodstream, allowing the fish to survive in aquatic environments.
This process is efficient and perfectly suited for life underwater. We use lungs to breathe air. Our lungs are complex organs that expand and contract to draw in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. When we inhale, air travels through our nose or mouth, down the trachea, and into the lungs, where oxygen is transferred to our blood. This oxygen is then carried to every cell in our body, providing the energy we need to function. It's different, but both ways help us get the oxygen we need. While fish rely on water to bring oxygen to their gills, humans depend on the air around us. This fundamental difference highlights the incredible adaptability of life on Earth. Each species has evolved unique mechanisms to ensure they can thrive in their respective environments. We breathe in air through our nose and mouth. The air we inhale is filtered by tiny hairs and mucus in our nasal passages, which trap dust and other particles. This process helps to clean the air before it reaches our lungs, ensuring that we breathe in as much clean oxygen as possible. The air goes into our lungs and gives us oxygen. Once in the lungs, oxygen passes through the alveoli, tiny air sacs, and enters the bloodstream. This oxygen-rich blood is then pumped by the heart to all parts of the body, fueling our cells and keeping us alive. Fish breathe in water through their mouths. As they swim, they continuously open and close their mouths to draw water in. This water then flows over their gills, where oxygen is extracted and carbon dioxide is expelled. This method allows fish to efficiently gather the oxygen they need from their aquatic surroundings. The water goes over their gills, and they get oxygen from the water. The gill membranes are rich in blood vessels, which allows for the efficient transfer of oxygen from the water to the fish's bloodstream. This process is vital for the fish's survival, enabling them to live and thrive in their underwater habitats. Different creatures have different ways of breathing, but we all need oxygen to live. From the gills of fish to the lungs of mammals, each breathing method is uniquely adapted to the creature's environment. This diversity in respiratory systems showcases the incredible variety of life on our planet and the many ways nature has solved the challenge of obtaining oxygen.
Section 5. Fishy Facts. Exploring the underwater world. There are so many different types of fish in the world. Some fish, like goldfish, have bright scales and are popular pets. Other fish, like sharks, are big and powerful predators of the ocean. Did you know that some fish, like electric eels, can even generate electricity? The underwater world is full of fascinating creatures with amazing abilities. Section 6. Out of water, out of breath. Why fish need water. Have you ever wondered why fish can't live out of water? It's a fascinating question that delves into the very biology of these aquatic creatures. Fish are uniquely adapted to their watery environments, and their survival depends on it. Fish need water to breathe. Unlike humans who have lungs, fish have gills. These gills are incredibly efficient at extracting oxygen from water, which is essential for their survival. Their gills are specially designed to work underwater. The gills have thin membranes that allow water to pass through while capturing oxygen. This process is known as respiration, and it's vital for the fish's life. When a fish is taken out of water, its gills can't get oxygen from the air. This is because the gill membranes collapse without the support of water, making it impossible for the fish to breathe. It's like trying to breathe with a straw that's not in your mouth. Imagine trying to get enough air through a tiny collapsed tube. That's what it's like for a fish out of water. That's why it's important to keep fish in water so they can breathe and stay healthy. Water provides the necessary environment for their gills to function properly, ensuring they get the oxygen they need to live. So next time you see a fish, remember how crucial water is for its survival. Section 7. Fun fact. Did you know? Seahorses are fish, and they have gills to breathe underwater too. Isn't that amazing? These funny-looking fish are masters of disguise and blend in with their surroundings. Section 8. Glossary. Big words explained. Gills. Special organs that help fish breathe underwater. Oxygen. a gas in the air and water that fish and humans need to breathe. Predator, an animal that hunts other animals for food. Electricity, a form of energy that can power things. Disguise, to change your appearance to blend in with your surroundings.
Section 9. About the author, Nicola Davies. Nicola Davies loves writing books that make science fun for kids. She believes that everyone should have the chance to learn about the amazing world around us. When she's not writing, Nicola enjoys spending time in nature, observing animals, and sharing her love of science with children.